Hello there and welcome, and the community's World Championship event for this year is upon us, starting next Saturday. It's the culmination of the Master League season for 2023 in our big finals event. We've got 8 of the world's best players who have proven themselves over 5 months of action, 4 tournaments in Company of Heroes 3, what is still a pretty new RTS. They've been there grinding it out, battling for you, and they now find themselves ready on the eve of a $4,000 tournament. The next 3 Saturdays will see them pitted against one another. This video is going to show you the brackets, it's going to show you the reveal of the players, including interviews of them describing their playstyles, what they think of Company of Heroes 3, and other juicy nuggets of information. And it's going to tell you everything you need to know about this blockbuster 3 Saturday event. So let's go and have a look at these brackets, shall we? Well, the first thing you'll be greeted with is I've gone and done those trading cards like we did last year. Now, of course, I think these are pretty exciting, and I'm hoping that you will too. Let's have a little look at them, because they describe to you the quarterfinals. First of all, you've got number 1 seed versus number 8 seed, Hulk Smash. Now, Hulk Smash is actually a bit of a dark horse. This guy was somebody I respected a lot as a CoH3 player way back in the day, and I'm quite excited to find him back again, to be honest. I think that him being back in tournament play for the first time in a decade is very exciting, because he used to write really good guides on how to play 2v2 at the highest levels in CoH3, for example. Orange Pest, you need a little introduction on him. Nagano's back. He came back late into the situation. He now goes by Nico. He now hails from Kazakhstan, but it's still the same World Championship winner from last year's Master League finals, when he finally beat Isildur in that big tournament. Talking about tournament finals, we also have Elpern, who was in the other big tournament from last year, GCS3, the live event. He was runner-up versus Love Nest. So it's clear to me that the top half of the bracket is absolutely stacked. We've used, of course, the MLR system, which is, what we talked about throughout this tournament season. It was all driven on a faux ELO scenario, and we now find ourselves with a pretty stacked top half, I'm not going to lie. But the bottom half is full of pedigree and top-level players regardless. We've got Jibber, who, of course, won one of the ML majors in this season, versus Kauzak, someone that always comes game to fight. Meanwhile, in the south, we've got a tournament legend, Theodosios, who's been competing for the best part of a decade at the highest level, versus somebody that is not just a dark horse in theory. He's now taken the tournament scene by storm. Ferigi, in the ML4 event, was nigh on unstoppable. One of the only players to get a clean sweep grand finals win. He beat Orange Pest and Jibber, the 2 previous ML major winners of this season, prior to him, and also beat Hulk Smash on his way to that win. So that's a fantastic run of form, and that's why he finds himself so highly seeded in the number 2 position. So yeah, they are the brackets. I will also draw your attention to this. Every player that loses will have to continue playing, because we are going to separate them out in 5th and 6th, and also 7th and 8th places. So there's a lot to play for. And the reason we're doing that is we've got a big prize pool to distribute. And big thanks to Relic for $1,000 of extra funding, adding to the war chest given to us by the Master League patrons. They unexpectedly approached me and basically said they want to help out. And I think that must be a good sign for the future. Let's hope it is. But yeah, you can clearly see that we've got a big monstrous prize pool, starting with $2,000 for the first place, all the way down to a modest $50 for 8th place. But it's distributed, and it's not going to just be like 5 to 8 all win 50. They have to keep competing, which I find personally exciting. What I also find exciting is these words here, with Battle Group Terminator per series. That means it's a best of 5. But if they There we go. Battle group terminates procedures. If they use a battle group, they can't use it again within that best of 5, meaning the meta will get shaken up after the first 2 games, and the players then have to start scraping the barrel of what's useful. For example, Mechanized for Wehrmacht with the 8-rad. If they use that and they want to keep playing Wehrmacht, they're going to have to use probably Luftwaffe after that. Or maybe they go DAC and get an 8-rad from that faction. But you know what I mean. If they want to play as well as they can do, they're going to have to cycle through the factions a little bit in order to get the most out of the game. And to me and a lot of the fans, that's very exciting. A lot of the top players are probably scratching their heads as to how that's going to work, but all I can say is it's fair because the same rule applies to everybody. Next portion of this video is going to be just showing you this Meet the Players post that has gone live today. That talks you through loads of stuff and insight from their point of view. You've got all of this great insight. I mean, Hulk Smash has written as a book his own autobiography about his playing career, which is, full of some really insightful stuff. Theodosios too, Nagano, sometimes the fewer words the better. Same with Alpern, actually. Gibber, of course, gives us some good insight. Ferigi also, pretty much introducing himself to a lot of us. And then, of course, we have Orange Best. Aside from that, I'll just quickly show you how these tournaments fit in with what we've seen in the past. These will, when this season finishes, I'll reinstate the old Master League standings. I've just started working on that today. But yeah, these are all major events, and they all led to a World Championship event in the end. So, yeah, that's what we've had. It's interesting to me that after Ray quit, we've had new winner every tournament, and the runner-up of each of the last 2 tournaments was the winner of the previous one, which I found quite interesting. Orange Pest, Gibber. I thought that was kind of cool how they were cycling in and out that way. If you've not seen it, there was a preview event talking about the format and the players, and the casters I'll be casting with, which I find quite interesting. You may have just seen it. I think I just went over it. There, we will have Vulcan returning and Momo for show, which are 2 amazing co-casters. So I'm really looking forward to doing commentary with those guys. There will be a Patreon-only raffle, so this is one of your very few last chances to become a patron, because we'll probably go a little bit... we'll probably have a hiatus where I pause the funding, but the kind of Patreon stays active, but you won't get charged. We're probably on hiatus for a few months after this. So if you want to take part of this massive raffle, where you'll get game codes to give to your friends, you'll get the ability to play with a top player, get coached by a top player, and also get me to cast any replay you want. That's a raffle that'll be going live soon, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, and the last thing I want to show you is this playlist for the Master League's first season. It's got all 4 tournaments in it. There's been some absolutely top-draw content involved. And I think my mum's just arrived, so I'm going to have to call this tournament hype video there. All I can say is, see you next Saturday. Thank you so much for your support and playing in these events and watching these events. It's been a pleasure to enjoy this with you. Looking forward to the future of Company of Heroes 3, whatever it'll be, will be. And I didn't mean to start singing Hey Sarah Sarah there, but I did. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.